Hi everyone, welcome back to TVI episode 147.
What are you saying?
It's a good 147. Top break in snooker. Yep. Okay. Welcome, Finn Taylor.
Oh, sorry, I was waiting to be introduced. I thought you might be doing something first.
No, we don't. We're straight in,
Top
mate.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No prep, no build-up. It's unprofessional.
He's vaping already on mic.
I know. Did you see, before we get going, there was a little chat on Twitter about things that annoy podcast listeners the most.
Oh,
eating on a mic.
We don't really do that, do we?
Sometimes I've been known to graze on a pack of grapes during this podcast.
I've been known to eat a dick or two.
You ate a pear quite.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't
graphically
slurpy though.
When in Vauxhall, I guess.
That's true. But vaping was one of the things, and I think that definitely was a reference to you. Because you vape non-stop.
I'll do it away from.
Because it sounds like shisha on the mic, doesn't it? Because it's all that bubbles and
delicious.
Yeah. We actually
what flavour
recorded live from Edgware Road, guys.
Heisenberg. Do you ever vape?
No, I don't
Do you
know.
want a bit?
Yeah, go on.
Do you? Yeah.
Am I going to be?
Push that button.
Is it a weed vape? Oh, fuck me.
It's strong.
Hey!
20 grams of THC in you now, boy.
That's like I feel like I've just swallowed Lush, the shop. I'm fucking crying. Oh my days, you're doing that. How many times is it? I'm crying. What is in that? The bubble gum.
It's got a roofie in it.
That's not what this podcast is.
It's a bit of poppers, mate, just to loosen you up.
Oh, yeah.
Talking of Lush.
Christ.
That's a coincidence. I went to Lush on Friday. I've just got back from Cardiff, hence me being dressed like a fucking idiot.
Would you get a bath bomb?
Yeah, so basically I met up with Christopher MacArthur Boyd, who was on for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And we went for a walk, went for a coffee, and I was telling him about how nice the baths in the hotel are. It's the only
jump in later.
Cardiff Glee. Isn't that hotel shocking?
Yeah, the hotel is a bit shit, but the baths are very good.
I think he used to own it, Malkovich, didn't he?
John Malkovich, when it was the Big Sleep. Yeah, he was on.
Used to own the Cardiff Premier Inn or whatever.
Do you know about it?
It's so random.
No, apparently he was like a shareholder in the Big Sleep hotel chain. Weirdly,
right?
And they were notoriously shit. But and there was this rumor that it was done on purpose. Like he thought it was funny to have slightly shit hotels. So you'd go in.
That's same with Lenny Henry. It's funny, isn't it? It's Premier Inn. It doesn't work. It's 50 quid.
It's shit. You won't sleep all night.
People are going to go, ha!
But the baths genuinely, the Citrus Hotel in Cardiff gets a lot of shit, but genuinely, some of the best baths you'll have in a budget hotel. They're deep, they're good length.
Perfect for just opening up a couple of veins.
There's 3 other people in there.
Drowning yourself in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Old dead guy.
No, that hotel, man.
But he said, he was
nice
I might have
there.
a bath. So they've always got lovely Spanish people.
Yeah.
Hang on, it's Six Nations this weekend.
Wales weren't playing. They were playing in England, London.
That's quite a spicy weekend. You do Glee on Six
Nations.
Nations.
It is.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Especially with my voice, my demeanour as well.
Yeah.
Walk on stage.
Yeah. And go, eat shit, you fucking leak guzzlers.
I've got to change my opener, actually. I
don't know what Six Nations is.
The rugby. Obviously, okay. Wales is a very rugby-centric country. They love it.
Today.
And they lost on Saturday to England, which is a real bad.
Not really.
But actually, yeah, because there was no rugby types in the gig, because obviously they were out watching
it, yeah.
But anyway, me and Christopher MacArthur Boyd went into Lush after we'd had our bath discussion. He was like, I'm going to have a bath then, now you've recommended it. We went in, and I'd got the coffees. He got a round of bath bombs in for me and him. And we went.
I'll get these.
He did.
Get the next one.
He was like, you got the coffees, I'll get the bath bombs. So we went back to our hotels, and we just individually went to our rooms and had baths at the same time with a bath bomb each. It's lovely.
Apparently those Lush bath bombs are terrible for giving you UTIs.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
isn't that what this podcast?
Mate.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's the best excuse I've ever heard.
Is that what she said?
When you've cheated on your wife, then that's what you're saying.
It's the bloody bath bomb, darling.
Love. Keep exploding them up my cock. I've got to set them off. It's like letting a grenade off too close to your face.
How does that work? What UTI can you catch off a bath bomb?
I don't know the specifics of different types of UTIs. I think it's mainly a woman.
Sure you don't.
Okay.
I mean, a mate of mine.
Surely you got to put it in the bath before you get in the bath. Whereas if you're just dropping it in then it'll
Letting it
fizz up
sizzle on your balls.
I thought you were meant to put it in as you get in, so you get the whole sort of. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, so I've
You
been
just
doing
sort
it wrong
of place it in your
forever.
arse and then go in. Was that a different
and then
thing?
walk around for a little
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
I just
And
put
just
one
go
in my
out.
arse, one in my
Going up.
mouth.
Yeah.
Just get on all
Then go
fours.
door
with
to
it.
door.
Hog tie myself. Is that what you do?
They go knock on someone's door to borrow their bath.
I thought I love a bath bomb. Are you not a fan?
I've only had one like once, maybe.
Yeah, no, I've never. I don't think
Put
I've done
fairy
it.
liquid in.
It smells too artificial for me. I like essential oils,
Oh yeah.
like natural oils. LBC in the corner. On the radio.
On the radio. Listen to
Just get the radio and just fucking in the bath. No, I like. I find talk radio very.
Do you like an LGBT in the
LGBT.
bath as well?
That's the least relaxing bath is to listen to what a phone in about.
I love
the
it.
ULEZ.
I love it though.
Oh really?
I find it so meditative. Just
I find
people-
it-
I don't have
Stressful.
baths actually.
I listen to talk radio if I'm driving and I want to sort of get a bit annoyed almost. You know, if you're a bit,
to stay
if you're-
awake.
If you're a bit tired,
Yeah.
the best way to wake yourself up is to get annoyed.
But they don't. The thing is, at night they don't have enough callers, so they have to let them go for ages.
Yeah,
And so you
yeah,
get all
yeah.
of it, and then at the end they go, "Well, thanks for your call."
You're massive racist.
Yeah, just don't challenge them at all.
it's really. Have you ever done like sort of late night talk radio or anything?
What,
No, I'd love-
phoned in?
Yeah,
or-
I remember I used to go on Matt Ford's overnight show
Oh, yeah.
quite a bit on Talk Sport, and like it was so much fun because you just get such fucking peanuts calling up at that time, and yeah, you have to just sort of placate them. So you just go, yep, okay, yep. But obviously this was pre when there was cameras in the studios and stuff, so we'd just be just doing like wanker sides. And just, yeah, it was really fun to just talk to nutters at 2 a.m. Often a regular taxi driver calls it. No, they love it. They love a call in a mini cab driver.
All about Ubers.
Yeah, black cab drivers is
Yeah.
maybe don't be so pricey then, you fucking donuts. Let's not have a go at
No.
black cab drivers. Anyway, where were you this weekend? I was in Cardiff.
I was in. Fucking hell.
I mean, it's literally still the weekend.
Yeah.
You can't remember.
I was in Boston, Lincolnshire Friday, and then yesterday Top Secret and Gravesend.
Oh, it was Gravesend.
Gravesend.
It was all right though.
And where were you this weekend?
Well, my wife's on a hen do, so
Oh,
Friday I was looking after the baby by myself, and then yesterday my parents came up, and I did 4.99 club gigs.
I did 4 E's.
4 E's, bouncing off the wall.
And how was it solo parenting?
You know
on
what?
Friday?
I actually really liked it.
I didn't know you had a baby actually.
Only
How old?
7 months, 8 months, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
congrats.
thanks, man.
Do you
yeah.
have? I think I don't know if this is a common thing, but my daughter gives me a much easier time when it's just me and her than
It's
she
funny.
does give my wife when
Yeah.
it's like them two.
I
together.
noticed that. This is the first time that my wife's like gone away for a couple of days, and she was so chilled out,
Yeah.
so happy. I think because she just smells my wife's tits.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like ah.
Same here.
It's just like if you were sleeping by the fridge, you always get
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
I think that's also. I think there is that expectation. They know that she can provide more than you.
Yeah.
It's like I always think of it as like I think they're aware that
Their
you're the
expectations are lower.
assistant manager.
Yeah.
And they know that all right, I can only get so much.
The head coach has got COVID.
Yeah.
He's taking the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And
That's
actually,
a good point. Actually, I never thought.
and actually, when it's just you, because when Amanda's there, I'm like thinking, well, what else can I do?
Yeah.
But when it's just like, all right, we'll just hang out.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
think about work. You don't think about the house is a tip.
men
I
are
don't
better
care.
parents as well.
I think so. I think that's why that's why we get paid more, isn't it?
Yeah. We should get
Yeah.
paid even more than more.
I think so. Yeah. I'm actually. Most people are trying to close gender pay gap. I'm running on a ticket to extend it. I think it's not big enough.
Just
Increase it.
widen the gap.
Widen the gap. Mind the gap. Widen it. More money for men.
More gap.
More gap.
More
I'm
gap
actually-
for gap.
I'm actually running for mayor. The More Gap Party.
You got my vote, mate.
Yeah, it's fun. Sometimes I'll be out gigging and Hannah will be messaging me going like, oh, she just doesn't want to go to bed tonight. It's like 10 o'clock and she's just toddler
So
running around like
nor do I. I
mad.
just got some coke in. I'm in a brothel. Nor do I.
But then some nights Hannah will go out and like, I'm sort of thinking, right, she's going to give me a night. And like, should we have a bath? And then, suddenly we just read some books. It gets to like 8 o'clock, 8:30, and she's like, right, off. She'll take me to the bedroom. Right, I want to go to bed now. And it's like, I sort of feel guilty messaging Hannah, going like,
Yeah, she's good as gold.
She just went to
I
bed
used to
on
like
her own.
doing that though. Like, so if they went out and I had the kids, getting the kids in bed asleep,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something that they've struggled with,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'd be like, oh,
And then you can go
That's
downstairs and fucking.
yeah. Doing a Michael Hutchinson.
No, that's the best thing about being a solo parent, isn't it? You asphyxiate.
Yeah. When they're asleep, or wanking while your kids are asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the best thing.
Trying not to wake them.
Apparently, the Michael Hutchins thing though was actual. It wasn't real. Apparently,
Really?
no. Well, I saw. There's a brilliant documentary.
Who said that? His ghost. No. What I was doing, right? Wait. Suicide blog.
No, like I watched. There's a brilliant documentary about him, and sort of the it suggests it was suicide more.
He was
than
just trying to open the door with his neck. We've all done it.
sad.
He
He was carrying some
It was-
tray of coffees or something.
Can't wank and open the door at the same time. You need two hands, don't you?
No, it just suggests he actually was just gonna. He tried to just hang himself, and he did successfully do it.
So he didn't have his cock out.
No, but the last thing
know.
that happens when you are hanged from the neck is you get a really
'Cause
big,
it's so
painful
erotic.
erection. Yeah, which is why people do
I
it.
can feel that.
Yeah. Well, you need a bit of rope.
What? But is that true? No.
Yeah. That's why people. I think that's why in the Middle Ages people will go and watch,
To see some dick.
go and see everyone being hanged.
I don't know if that's true, but it's believable.
Everyone was being hanged in the Middle Ages, and everyone would crowd round
To watch
and then
their hard cocks.
Watch the justification. What? They go up like that. They go, hey, and then they
Yeah.
Bring
clap.
back capital punishment then.
Well, safe standing.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah. So anyway, that's just. No, I'm just putting some balance out there on the
Yeah.
Hutchins. It's a great documentary. I recommend it. I forgot what it's called.
Michael
Sad.
Hutchins is in excess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who was caught, the Tory MP in the 90s, who was in the cupboard with his fucking orange in his mouth?
Oh
Do you
yeah.
remember, that's not Michael Hutchins, that's someone else.
Michael Legg. Michael McIntyre.
Yeah,
I know who you mean. Not Heseltine.
He was,
was
in
it?
he was in a Chelsea shirt, that's what I know.
Oh, cool. Not John Mellor.
John Mellor's Classic FM. No, it's not him. He wouldn't be on Classic FM after that.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Got all
Well,
sorts on
Gambaccini was innocent. He can't present anymore.
I know. It's
He was on LBC the other
there.
night.
Even though he's
actually.
innocent.
What's it?
Yeah.
What's
Well,
their reasoning with that?
well, no, it's just he lost everything because of U-Tree, and even though it was complete fabrication by some nut job like
Yeah.
him and Cliff Richard, all the public, the public are so ready to hear people are paedophiles.
Yeah,
In this
yeah,
country,
yeah.
we love it.
Like Cliff Richard, even now, you
should
hear
be
his
some
name,
compensation.
and part of you think, is he,
I think he did get quite a lot of compensation.
Did he?
I think they
just not
paid
his
him
job or his life or his
No.
wife back.
They just gave him a lot. They gave him a
got a
lot.
few quid though, innit?
No, they gave him a lot of kids to
Got
fuck.
10
Ironically,
grand.
that was the compensation. You now get a free pass, seeing as everyone thinks you're a paedophile,
Yeah, yeah.
so you might as well.
He got the keys to Epstein's
been-
Island. It wasn't
Yeah.
being used anymore, so he now runs the place.
It was
Freddie
Stephen
Starr as well.
Milligan was the
Stephen Milligan.
The
Tory
MP.
MP. Yeah.
And what did he get caught doing?
So Milligan was found dead in his house at 64 Black Lion Lane, Hammersmith, London, by his secretary Vera Taggart. Milligan had failed to appear in the House of Commons as expected, so Taggart went to look for him.
Taggart.
He was found naked except for a pair of stockings and suspenders with an electrical flex tied around his neck, his head covered and an orange in his mouth.
Maybe that was his funeral
That's the
wishes.
Yeah.
I do think we're all jumping to conclusions about how he died. I think that is an accident waiting.
Slipped and tripped.
Stockings and an orange.
It's the orange, isn't it?
Oh, and why an orange?
Zesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
Vitamin C.
Oh.
Of course. Sorry.
It is a word. I don't like. What would you? I know this is a very horrific hypothetical question. Like, if you found one of your best mates dead,
Yeah.
in like,
I'd
Would
arrange him so that he had an orange in his mouth.
You'd make
Yeah,
it work.
I'd make it work.
And then you'd see it on my Insta
Yeah.
within about 1 minute.
It's I would be tempted to tidy up, give them some peace. Not let that shame.
No, I'd say
have over
wait till
their-
rigor mortis sets in, and then just bury him in like open casket. Just let everyone look at what this.
You'd have to
what a
wait about
freak this
3
guy
weeks,
was.
though.
Yeah.
Just sit in his room for 3 weeks.
Is that how long it? No, it's quicker than that.
I
isn't
think
it?
it's days.
hours.
You
I think
start hardening
because
quite
it's
quickly.
supposed-
All right, sit there for hours then.
supposedly.
No,
you go get coffee. Just don't tell anyone.
If he lives near a Starbucks, it makes sense, doesn't it?
But because supposedly, you're meant to, if you kill someone, you need to get rid of if you're moving the body, you need to do it quite quickly because otherwise it gets
heavier, does it?
Heavier, but also you can't go around corners because they're stiff.
Oh,
Between 1 and 6 hours.
Always kill people on
Belfast?
Straight rows.
He knows.
He didn't even look that up.
No.
He just remembered.
1 to 6 hours.
Texted his dad.
I'm just watching the Celtic match. What are you talking about?
Between 1 and 3 and 6 hours.
We haven't recorded. Have we recorded since my neighbour died? Have I told you this story?
Oh shit!
Oh, it's bad. It's not. I mean, it's nothing. She was very old and very ill. But I've lived next to her for a decade, and she was really antisocial. She was very hard to talk to. She was a widow, and she was just didn't want to be bothered. She wanted to be left alone. But sometimes I'd try and help. Or I'd always put her bins back after the
storm.
Just any time, because the dustmen just empty it, just fuck it in the middle of the street. So I'd always I'd try and just help a bit, but anytime I tried to engage, it was always like she didn't want to be talked to, really.
She didn't want to talk about her will and that now.
Can I come in your house and have a look around? Yeah.
I'm the gas man.
But anyway, so I always just felt a bit guilty about her just living alone. She was always just sitting on her sofa, just smoking, watching her little telly.
Oh.
Yeah.
For years, and basically she had a stroke last year, and since then her brother's been popping by, and she's just still living alone and that. But she died about 2 weeks ago, and I found out in such a grotty way.
Get for a window.
Normally you'd get knocked. I remember when an old person I lived above died about 10 years ago. I'm starting to notice a trend.
Everywhere Cole lives, they die.
Yeah. But then the police knocked.
And weirdly, you're on all their wills.
Just a nice guy. They just really like you.
I think this is an indictment on modern technology. I've got a Ring doorbell, which is one of them doorbells that you ring and your phone rings.
That's not modern technology.
It's a camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the most modern technology. I could be in a shop down the road and a delivery driver rings my doorbell and I answer it and tell him just leave it on the doorstep. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and that makes you fucking lazy. But it goes off if anyone walks in your doorway. So I was sitting on the sofa watching telly, and my Ring doorbell went bring, and I went, oh, I wonder what that is. It's probably a fucking DPD driver. Opened it, and on the camera, I just saw two paramedics wheeling her corpse across my drive.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's a real
back into her house?
But did you know it was her?
100%. Like,
but
I mean,
what did she say? Had a sheet over
because her door's next door.
Did she say, "Oh, hi, Carl"?
They'd stood her up in front of the camera like Weekend at Bernie's. It was because I'd seen an ambulance outside earlier on, and there was ambulances popping to see her quite regularly. So, but I did think this could be bad, but often they'd just pop round to check in on her and stuff. And then so I'd seen the ambulance earlier on, and when I literally saw them coming across from her door, just with just her body on her thing, just covered.
Well, her face was covered though, yeah,
of course.
Did she still have the orange in her mouth?
And if you want to see the footage, it's patreon.com
I've got the footage. It saves it onto my
patreon.com/wearetvi.
So I've got the video of them wheeling her.
We will put it on Patreon.
I'm not putting it on Patreon.
That's what Patreon's for. It's snuff stuff.
Snuff film. But yeah, it's horrible. It was a real I shouldn't learn like that. You should get a knock from a police officer saying, "When's the last time you saw your neighbour?"
It's sad, isn't it? I know they're old and it's natural. I mean, we've got to die, haven't we? To make room and stuff, but for someone else to move in.
Have you ever? When my other neighbour died, he was like. I remember when I first moved into the flats, I was like, this guy ain't got long left. And he ended up lasting 5 years.
You're going to kill him.
He looked about...
Of course he ain't. You just moved in.
You moved in.
You ain't got long left, boy. But he was like...
Look at my bird like that.
Yeah. You got a patron to keep going, for Christ's sake.
But he looked about 150 years old.
Yeah.
He was fully bent over.
Yeah. Oh.
And
what, in your bathroom?
On my windowsill, looking out the window. Oh, God.
Sorry.
This is what it's like doing this. But yeah, he was like, I'd always run down and help him with his... he'd be dragging his bin across the... and he couldn't even look. He was looking just down at the floor.
Nice.
And then basically, I'd been busy. I was gigging loads. I'd been away a lot and back and forth. And then one day, the police knocked. I just got a knock at the door.
You're like, shit.
Internal door. So we had a block of flats.
Yeah.
There wasn't a ring on the doorbell. There was a knock. I was like, who the fuck's knocking on the actual door? Opened it. And as I opened it, there was two policemen there. And the smell
They stink, don't they, coppers?
It's like, smell like fucking bacon. Get off my fucking land.
Couple of pigs in blankets.
Going.
Sorry, police force.
But they basically when's the last time you saw your neighbour? Obviously, I knew what they were about to tell me because apparently he'd been dead for
And
about
you were
a
like,
week.
yeah, take me in.
when he was getting Larry on the doorstep.
Last time I saw him was with my hands around his neck. I just watched the life drain from his eyes.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I called the police the other day actually because I saw at the end of my road guys nicking a catalytic converter off
really?
a circular saw. Like,
I've heard about
and
this.
I've heard about it as well.
How did you know that's what they were nicking?
Because I walked past it and it was like they had a tow truck but with a dodgy license plate, like a sort of Wemo tow kind of thing, and they were both wearing high vis. But they jacked this car up and they taped over the license plate right outside of school, and there were sparks flying. I was just like, what could they be doing to fix that car?
Yeah.
Not in a garage.
Needs an angle
That needs a
grinder.
fucking circular saw.
ripping something out of a car.
I'm like, it's not stuck to the floor. It's not stuck to the road. But I think they were both wearing high vis, and I think they're that thing of if you put a high vis on, people will just give you the benefit of that.
Absolutely true.
So I called the police and just stood there, and then they drove off. They got panicked and drove off, and then the police got them. I got an email saying they got them.
Oh, well
done. Now I'm addicted. I'm calling the police on everyone. I'm walking past an old lady saying,
Snitches get
"Shoot to kill, man." I'm just like, I'm high on justice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love
Get
it.
a Batman outfit.
Yeah. Love
But
it.
you don't. You just ring the police from like 6 meters
Put
away.
a Batman up and just go to the phone box.
That's quite exciting, isn't it?
It makes you feel like a fucking.
Also, it's one of them
citizen.
crimes where like that is a cunty crime.
But it's also a
Yeah.
real dad crime to spot.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Catalytic converter.
Yeah.
Only a dad would know
Only
that.
a dad knows that. But also because I was like, because we've gotten like a car it's not new, but it's not old. It's like 3 or 4 years old. It's probably going to be a bit. So I'm like, if they're going up the street, I'm not having that.
Exactly, man.
Do you want your catalytic converter? Then
Yeah. I think you have to
better
have it.
to have it, innit?
But is it? I mean, I presume it's.
It's not ULEZ compliant if they nick it.
Let them have it, mate. More for them.
But what?
£12 a day for them.
I presume it's covered by insurance.
No, but then they're not taking the catalytic converter off and then stealing the car. They're stealing the catalytic converter to sell.
Oh yeah.
Because
What,
I don't know.
I mean, how much
on
money-
Etsy. They're selling on
that's
Etsy.
what, I've never
much
been offered.
money is
I've
in
never been
that?
offered
I don't know.
a black market
'Cause you might-
catalytic converter.
That's
think maybe
probably
it's the
60
material.
quid
It's the
for
it's the
4 hours
material.
work. They might as well get a job.
But I think
That doesn't send them to prison.
Is it the copper in it? I don't know. Is it the copper in it?
How much does a there's a knockoff?
But
black
copper's not
catalytic?
worth that much these days, like it used to.
I don't know. How do you know?
I used to do roofing, like a labourer,
right.
and we used to
You used
like
to
sell the
nick
lead
railway
and stuff.
lines with you and your mates.
It's the value of the metals inside.
It is,
yeah.
There's platinum in it.
Fucking hell!
the
Where do you park?
Palladium.
Finn?
I need to go.
What is it?
Palladium.
Palladium.
The London.
London Palladium.
It's got the
Then-
theatre
What
in it.
the canvas shoe brand?
Joanne McNally's underneath every.
27 times, mate.
Yeah.
The best example of that high vis thing getting away with stuff at my uni, which was like a classical music school, 2 guys came in with a high vis and a clipboard and said, "Oh, we're here for the Steinway
The
grand
breast
piano."
examination.
No.
And they stole
A grand
piano from Guildhall School of Music and Drama and Royal Academy of Music
Fuck.
in one day.
In
They
broad
just went-
daylight.
Yeah, they just walked in and went, "We're here for the Steinway," and the receptionist went,
These
"Sit in there."
thieves have got some balls, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's what when you watch things about con men and stuff. It's always just
They're psychopaths, though, these, like the Tinder swindler.
It's just high vis, man.
yeah.
They do it on the roads as well. They go out at night, just stand on the road, we closed it off. If not, you can just drive through.
Yeah.
That's what
Drive through the cone.
all them 50
gonna
mile an
start
hour gets on
going.
the
It's
motorway.
bullshit.
It's just all bullshit.
It's
Speed
bullshit.
cameras, it's all con men.
Watch a comment, just dig it up.
Some of
looking,
them dress up as policemen
they're
and
looking
pull you
for
over.
they're looking for metal in the hard shoulder. They're just digging the whole night. Close the roads.
Do you ever see the ones with the big stick outside schools?
Yeah.
Freaks,
Con
man.
men.
Fucking nonsense, man.
Absolute con men. Pedo con men.
Pedos. Just walking kids into their house.
Lollipops.
Do you still get a lollipop person.
Yeah. Get them and send them. Yeah.
Is it? What was it? How does it
Paid
work?
or
Well paid?
voluntary?
It's not voluntary.
It's definitely not well paid.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they get 100 grand a year.
Like tube drivers. Yeah, if they strike, they take down the whole tour network.
You can't get anywhere without them. Kids are dying in the street.
Yeah, when the lollipop people are on strike, fucking kids go.
It's worse than COVID.
But it's weird. Well, is it it's probably lollipop people now, isn't it?
Definitely.
Like you can't say it's fire person.
Yeah. But then
You
I've
don't say
When
I've
someone's on
always,
fire.
Yeah.
because it was always lollipop.
Person of fire.
Was it always lollipop?
That's a person of fire. I'm on fire. Well, yeah, I see. You are seen. Don't worry. I see you. We should get people on fire to be in movies.
I see you.
You are seen. That's what you say. If there's a person,
I see you. On fire.
there's a person of fire near you. I see you. You are seen.
It's really good. There's more.
It's good there are more people on fire in like culture and stuff. Christ.
Finally, there's spaces for
Because
it.
I
it
think
used to just be
lollipop-
Denzel Washington, didn't it? And then
Yeah, exactly.
How much do lollipop people get?
I found the term.
Bring that up,
is-
Jamie. What a weird question to ask.
Lollipop
You're going to get Joe
people.
Rogan asking,
Yeah.
how much do lollipop people make?
Could you pull that up, Jamie?
That's the difference between British and American
I
podcasts, isn't it?
know. There's
They're getting up what's in the vaccine and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, how much did lollipop people get paid? What's this? Getting livid about
Because it was always lollipop women near me. There was always lollipop ladies.
lollipop men.
Yeah, see, that was used to be the phrase, but everywhere I remember,
They're all women.
All my local ones were always women.
Yeah.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Well, it says here this is on glassdoor.co.uk. Lollipop man, he'll make about 27,465. So I assume the women make about.
What are the
12.
hours? They're like what, 8 till 9, then 3 till 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty groovy.
Pound for pound, it's you're making an absolute killing.
I imagine you get other work around it. As
The
well.
hourly
Yeah,
rate
yeah.
on that is unbelievable.
It's great, isn't it?
And also, you can always like cut a bit, cream a bit off the top. Can't you? Just,
By trafficking children.
yeah, shove a couple of kids to Buckingham Palace or whatever.
Yeah, that is good. It frees up a lot of other time.
27
It'd be quite a
grand.
good job. Like it's
They get
hours
27
long.
grand.
Yeah,
Fucking.
couple
You're
of
just
hours a day.
Sorry, my phone.
On your
was,
phone.
Just checking your DMs during the podcast.
Just applied for a job.
Although on Indeed.com, where there's applications for them, Thurrock Council are currently seeking school crossing patrols. That's the proper name.
No, those are armed though. Yeah, crossing patrols. They're like dogs and shit, and they got submachine guns.
£9.24 an hour.
Oh,
So
that's-
you're getting about 18 a day, probably.
Oh right.
Oh, that's
But does that work out as 27 grand a year though?
No.
if you did it
It's
24
been-
hours a day.
Not if you use. Not if you
I'm
use
bad at maths.
maths. No.
I'm bad at math. I'm really bad at math.
That's anyway. It's good to know that they're still knocking about. It's quite nice them old jobs. Yeah,
Well, I guess when they have when they bring in driverless cars, they won't need lollipop, or they'll have little. You know how Hoovers
Won't
now,
need to keep kids alive.
Hoovers are now robots. They'll have that for lollipop
yeah,
ladies.
yeah.
They'll just have this Hoover that comes in and goes stop,
Yeah.
and then we'll just run them down here.
Well, they have got electric traffic lights now anyway, haven't they?
I've seen them
Yeah.
talking about. Actually.
Used to just be a guy with a sign going stop and go, didn't it?
Yeah.
But now they've got these
Why can't they
electric
just all be that?
traffic lights.
Yeah, like push the button, wait.
outside schools. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does seem strange that they have to have a person doing it. When
Gives them a
other
little-
crossings aren't manned.
But it's just for those key times, I guess.
Yeah.
And I've just worked it out. Say if you're doing 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon for a lollipop person, and you work 40 weeks a year, it's 17 grand a year. You get.
17 grand. It's not that
Oh,
very
it's not
good.
bad.
I mean, you could do it. I mean, you could double it with gigs, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could, yeah.
Weird though.
Do a
and
lollipop
other-
man character on stage.
You could just do other jobs as well. You know, you've got a bit of time in the afternoon.
You could nick catalytic converters, mate.
Big day.
Let's talk about the war in Ukraine. Do you know what?
What's happening over there?
This is fucking bad, but I've been quite
Glad.
detached from news recently. Just been busy with like family stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, I've just had so I'd seen people tweeting about the Ukraine and Russia,
It's so bad.
but I had
isn't it?
not paid any attention to the point where I genuinely just didn't know it was a big thing. And then on Thursday at the gig in Cardiff, some of the other acts were talking about it, like, and I was like, oh, this sounds quite big.
World War III.
Land war in Europe.
Yeah. And then I sort of watched the news on Friday morning and was like, oh, right, yeah, this is a real thing.
I mean, obviously it's awful, but it's finally there is something that fits the 24-hour news media landscape. There's genuinely new information coming every hour, and it's like exciting.
Yes.
I mean, as a spectator, obviously it's terrible.
Yeah.
We'll have to be drafted soon, won't we?
Well, mate, if NATO if he goes into the Baltics, as soon as he goes in, I'm getting in the car, going to fucking Cornwall.
Join him.
I'm flying. I'm signing up. When I saw those planes hit those towers, I signed up. I was 10; they didn't let me in. But
then you'll be shit.
But they've asked for like mercenaries.
Ukraine
said anyone who wants to come fight.
Anyone who wants to come, we'll arm
And the
them.
Foreign Secretary here said we won't
like
stop
a
you.
mercenary.
Yeah. We should go over there and do a podcast.
Yeah,
just bring some joy to.
Well, apparently Louis C.K. was meant to be doing.
He did it.
He did. No, he didn't. He did one in Toomler's. He
didn't do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the New York Post, his support act tweeted saying this is all bollocks. So obviously they're not going ahead.
Okay. Right. Okay.
But because he was there supposedly, just as the order came in that all men 18 to 60 had to stay and fight.
Right.
That's one way to uncancel yourself, to be fair.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Also, that would really, imagine a Russian sort of troop sort of chasing down someone. They turn around. It's like, is that CK?
Sorry, is that?
Can I get your autograph quickly?
I loved your special, mate. But yeah, it's
the Prime Minister and stuff were out on the front line, weren't they? All dressed up in army stuff.
And the Klitschkos.
They're fighting.
That would be quite scary as well if you're a little fucking 18-year-old Russian.
They did
new
protect
recruit.
Kiev, though, didn't they? They didn't take over it, did they?
Well, yeah, I think from what I'd read today, the little I know about it, there's talk that they thought it was going to be a bit of a walkover.
Yeah.
And it turns out they were surprised that people fought
Turns out people from Ukraine
they quite like
Ukraine.
Yeah.
So apparently that's been quite a shock for Vladimir Putin.
Also, any of those Eastern European, I mean, you meet people from there, they're hard.
Absolutely.
I mean, they dress like shit, but they're hard. Do you know what I mean? They're Russians and Eastern European
high tech.
I quite like
just
it.
like stonewashed jeans with slits and like weird hoodies.
When they're ever in the swimming pool, they've always got Speedos on as well.
Yeah. But I quite like the tracksuit bottom black shoe combo. That's the real.
That old Patrice joke of like someone telling him to go back to Africa. He's like, what am I going to do in Africa? Fighting some war wearing sweatpants and tuxedo shoes?
But yeah, I mean, I don't. You're more up on current affairs than I. What's the outlook? What happens?
What's going to happen,
war?
Finn? Tell us, man.
Well,
we're all going to die.
Supposedly, Putin, even by his standards, has gone insane.
Okay.
And people in his inner circle think he's on drugs.
He looks a little bit unconfident now, less confident.
Well, he's angry and he's like spewing all this mad stuff about he's
Nazis, calling them they're Jews as well.
Yeah, he's invented all this stuff about them being Nazis and he's sort of rambling. But because it's communism, they don't have a system of getting rid of him in the way that anyone else does. So
surely people in his inner circle are looking to bring him down, maybe.
Yeah, but then they're all terrified. It's like Death of Stalin, isn't it? They're all terrified. No one's going to jump.
Someone needs to just smoke him one day.
Yeah. We just need to drone the Kremlin. That's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I do. I drone the Kremlin.
There is technology enough to fire him.
I never think 2 steps ahead, so you shouldn't do that. I'm very bad at Risk. You know that game Risk? I always lose on the first go. But no, it. Supposedly he's like frustrated by how hard the war's already been.
Yes.
And so everyone's terrified that he's just going to do something absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
Right.
They've got more nuclear weapons than anyone in the world, haven't they? The Russians.
Have they?
Yeah.
And also there's the Chinese and there's North Koreans.
That on their side.
Haven't the Chinese though sort of stepped in and gone, right, you do actually need to calm down a bit? Which if he loses China, surely that's a big thing.
Yeah.
They've sort of said, I think you need to negotiate.
Don't know.
I'm glad we've fixed it, guys.
Hopefully gets assassinated. Hopefully, you don't listen to this podcast. Just kidding, Putin. You know me.
We
You
just got
tight.
fucking done by one of them like plutonium coffees, whatever that they gave to that bald geezer.
They can fire a missile,
He wasn't bored before he had the coffee.
Yeah, how do you know?
but they can fire. They got the technology to fire a missile to the other side of the world through a basketball hoop. So
Right, but I'd argue, why would you want to do that?
well, you could win.
Seems like
You
seems like
could
waste
dunk
of
a
resources.
basket.
You're not being attacked by the fucking Lakers, are you?
The Harlem Globetrotters.
Harlem Globetrotters are in a non-aggression pact with the Boston Celtics.
So hopefully, there's a basketball hoop in there where he lives.
Do you know the biggest gay club in Belfast is called the Kremlin?
Is
And it's
it?
got a statue
That's a
of
good name.
It's got a statue of Lenin outside.
Oh, that's a
What's
great.
What's
name for a
Lenin doing
gay
in the
club.
statue?
Fucking a guy.
Just being railed by Karl Marx.
Railed. Give him a good railing.
That's a lovely name for a gay bar.
Yeah, the Kremlin.
There's a weird. Literally right now, we've just caught the end of an incredibly large gay party, didn't we? It was weird.
We got there late, and we just caught the end.
Just caught the end. I got here.
Caught the tail end of
I
it.
was the first one here, and
Fashionably late.
it's quite funny. I literally walked in. I was like, "Oh, it's got to come in the back way. What's going on in the main
Of course
way?"
we have.
But I didn't. And then I looked through, and it was just the most, like the biggest array of topless beefcakes. Everyone was ripped up.
God.
It's pretty nippy out, and they're all just topless and just sweaty from the whole night in a cave.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, I
So,
bet.
so that's why I got my parents round to babysit this last night.
What's happening, soldiers? At ease, my soldiers. Man down.
Well,
But they do, because I went. I
it's their last night before they go out to sea, isn't it? Go and patrol the Crimean Sea.
I had a look in. There was a BDSM party here about 3 months ago, and I poked my head in.
Right.
Pre.
For 8 hours. I just stuck my head around the door for 14 hours.
Poked my bum in.
I just backed in.
No, but I wanted to see the rooms. They were just setting up, so it
course you
wasn't
did.
starting for a couple of
You want
hours.
to see the
But that's
rack.
going to be weird when the lights are on and then you see all the straps being
Well, that was
lifted
it.
up.
They were putting in the
rig.
They were putting
The rig in there.
They were. There
The
was
builders in high vis.
There was a metal cage maze being put in.
Yeah.
All the
And I
catalytic
had a
converters
look-
there. That's where they all are. Shut them out their arse.
But there was, they were putting in all the sex swings and stuff.
I've seen
And it
that.
was amazing seeing them set it up, and I was just like, this is gonna
awful.
go off later.
It's a lot of effort.
Turns
innit?
out it was just Cirque du Soleil.
When I come in to set up for the comedy club here, occasionally if you beat the cleaners in, it's not a good day because just condoms everywhere.
Yeah.
At least you're doing it protected, I suppose.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
alright. Yeah, it'd be a sight to behold, I'd say.
I'd like to
one of them
walk
parties.
through there and just see what it's about.
Mooch has done that. He got someone to give him again a high vis and a headset and just walk through the clipboard.
With his
I'd
cock
like,
out.
I'd like to do it in
With the
VR.
clipboard, what did they think he was noting down?
Well,
It's
just
cock
so it
size.
doesn't seem like he's out of place.
yeah.
I'd do it in VR, I think.
Yeah,
I'd get a
yeah.
VR set and just...
Oh yeah.
Have a walk around.
I'm scared of VR sets. I think I've got like a. I don't know what it is. It's I was in Eastbourne recently, and we went down to like the pier, and there's an arcade, and there's a VR machine where you just sit on a big chair and you put a VR set on, and then you can do things. But the chair just faces out into the arcade, and I was like, I was like, I'm not going to use it. I feel too vulnerable just in a VR thing, knowing that everyone is walking past. Anyone can do anything to you.
Yeah. You're vulnerable.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
What are they going to do? Just put their dick in your mouth?
Ideally.
I don't know what it is. I just thought like
That's why I'm there.
It's not even on. I can't see anything. I'm so vulnerable.
Bucket of money.
I just don't know. It felt a bit. I don't know. It felt vulnerable
Call it bus.
to attacks. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't like the idea. Have you had a go on a VR set?
No.
I had to go once, yeah. I did feel that a bit as well. It's weird, isn't it?
I went to a Gogh Exhibition where she had created about 4 or 5 bespoke music videos in VR. And so you put the headset in and you're inside the video. It was
Well,
great.
you're in Bjork's mind.
One of them was in Bjork's mouth
Christ.
while she's singing. And that was
Wow.
quite a
That's a bit-
trippy experience.
Why did she put cameras in her mouth?
Well, no, it was like sort of, that one was sort of probably graphic design.
Okay.
It's like the Millennium Dome when you went in the mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Dome.
But the other ones, there was one when you were on a beach with her and she's running around and singing to you, and you're actually just on the beach. It was fucking amazing.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah. I went to that Van Gogh exhibition as well.
We did that.
That's good, isn't it?
Baby
It's
kicked
nice.
off, though.
Oh, really?
Didn't like Van Gogh, no.
Yeah, she's more of a sort of...
Bang.
But also,
Kind of
surrealist.
but also, I don't. Art exhibitions I find quite hard. 'Cause I just don't. I'm just like, well done.
I can
But,
pretend I'm into it.
but that one's got a bit more going for it than just
But then
mooching around the tape.
Well, yeah, but then I'm just like, you've just put it on a projector and. I don't know. I just art in general I struggle with.
Really?
Yeah,
about
like
the-
visual art. I find
What about the Louvre or something like that? Is that?
I've been there. Mona Lisa's tiny.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
small.
It's
So
A- it's
tiny.
You
A4,
can't see
innit?
it through the fucking 6-inch thick bulletproof glass
Yeah.
we've got in front of it.
Who's going to shoot it?
Yeah,
I would say that
Shoot
it's
the
one of the
Mona Lisa in
most
the
one of the most underwhelming
experiences,
art
and you're in
pieces you'll
this
ever
sea
see.
of people, and you're just kind of like, oh right, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I-
go home and Google it. You go, that's what it looks like. I don't know.
That's
It's
why at
small,
least
innit?
like some of the some people obviously don't like contemporary art or modern art, whatever. But like at least some of it is a spectacle. Like, do you know what I mean? Rothko would be a good example of somebody people
yeah.
don't like Rothko because they're like it's just a big block of
I
colour.
went to,
and they're fucking big. When you see them in real life, they are quite.
Yeah, I went to an
intimidating.
Andy Warhol exhibition in New York that was really good. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. But a lot of it, no, I like war museums. I like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking guns and stuff.
Big pile of shoes.
Big pile of shoes.
Oh, God.
Big pile of watches. That's what I like.
Oh no.
I went to that one. Was that the Imperial?
Yeah, my
one?
aunt works there.
Does she?
Or
Yeah.
maybe she did. Maybe she's left now.
I
But
took my son in there when he was about, and I really wanted to go, and she was like saying how bleak it is in there, like, but he wanted to go, so I took him there. But it was powerful, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Like those video interviews of the Jews when they're old and they're really forgiving and stuff.
yeah,
It's quite.
that gets to you. That messes you up.
Have you ever
Yeah.
read Viktor Frankl's A Man's Pursuit of Happiness? It's a famous book. He was in Belsen. He passed through Auschwitz, but then got moved to Belsen.
He asked to upgrade. Did
Good behaviour.
He wanted the honeymoon suite.
But and he was a
It's one of those hotels that's like ironically shit. Belsen. It's like a joke that it's really shit.
Malkovich owns that one.
Yeah.
But he
The
was
baths are good.
he was a psychologist.
Well,
So-
you don't want to shower, do you?
Oh God! It's great. It's a great book, guys. Just, you know. It's about his time in the concentration camps, and like he's very.
I read that Primo Levi one. That's
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah.
I did that at uni. We studied history.
Yeah.
Primo Levi's great. And also there's that series, it was in the 70s, that TV series, the one that ends with the guy in the mud talking about humanity.
What?
Is it called? The Ark?
Mein Kampf.
No. No, it's called... oh, fuck, what's it called?
Bring it up. Google it.
Good.
Porridge.
What's it about?
MASH. It's, no,
It's
it's...
a documentary about porridge.
It's a guy... Yeah, I can't... Pursuit of Man or something?
Okay.
Or, yeah, something like that.
What's it about? Like the Auschwitz thing?
Basically it's like 10 episodes of the history of humanity, but the last one is the kind of Second World War and
Would you like to
Is
go
this
to Auschwitz?
Pursuit of the Sea Wolf?
no,
No, that's a cartoon.
Or just Pursuit?
no, it's definitely
Man's Search for Meaning?
yeah, maybe that's it.
Ah.
Or-
Viktor Frankl?
That's the
Oh, no,
book.
that's the book. Anyway,
Would you like to go to Auschwitz and like,
yeah,
have a look around?
I've been to Sachsenhausen, which is just outside Berlin,
Yeah.
which is
Another one, is it?
that was a smaller one, but still like quite. That's one that they got rid
It's
of.
the
people in
open
Berlin
mic
for.
one, is it? Yeah.
But no, it is.
Sorry, guys.
It's
I know how serious this subject is, by the way.
It's just getting uncomfortable. I
But
have to make a joke.
It is definitely like a really good experience to do.
Yes.
Because it's emotionally, it's just like nothing else.
Oh, even like the Holocaust
What, in a funny
Museum
way?
in Berlin is very. I didn't even hear that. I'm glad.
Yeah. No, it's just like when you, because fuck me, they in Sachsenhausen there's like a lab where
Yeah.
they had loads of like horrible
Oh my
experiments,
god!
and they haven't
Jesus.
cleaned up, like the tiles are still stained with blood,
Oh,
and you
God.
walk in there and you're just like
Someone clean it.
people.
Why don't they clean
I think
it?
they want you to feel.
The idea is it meant to.
I mean, yeah,
it makes you understand.
But
Let's
also-
not forget, eh?
But people, you go there and people are just crying, like just at different points.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is the most. I think it's the most emotional thing you can do.
So you believe it actually happened then? Not really. Oh, you're one of them, are you?
One of them truthers.
Oh God.
Oh, it's so bleak. I suppose they have to keep it alive to, it never again.
Well, yeah, I mean, war's happening again in Europe, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there's no reason why this wouldn't happen again. If you've got to keep, never forget, isn't it? That's what you
Never.
Yeah,
forget.
yeah.
Well,
God,
we need to
I
wrap
didn't
it up.
think-
That's why I
think
don't.
this,
That's why I don't clean my room.
Anyway, I've got a special
Never
out.
forget. Yeah.
Let's plug that. Christ,
I'm on the end of my bed. Never again.
Seeing I've just been cancelled for.
Yeah, we'll be all right, mate. We'll wrap it up. But
So
people should
you're-
watch your special. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
And it went out
It's on
a
there
week
now?
ago, 5 days ago.
Yeah,
And what's
week
your
today.
YouTube channel?
Finn Taylor Comedy.
Cool, makes sense. Use your name, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that why you did that? Yeah.
yeah.
It's easier, isn't
It's
it?
called Julian Dean BDSM.
Julian Dean, never forget.
Yeah.
Never again. Check that out, man.
Yes.
Great comic, and I've heard great things about the special.
Thanks, man.
I plan to
Yeah.
watch it.
I've seen
Yeah.
the clips that you've been putting up.
put out
But
clips.
Actually, I haven't watched the full thing. The clips are very funny.
Yeah. Check it out.
Where did you film it?
Leicester Square Theatre.
Nice. Lovely
And,
stuff.
Yeah. Really happy with how it came out.
Good. Can people get an audio of it anywhere? Are you thinking of putting out the audio anywhere?
Yeah, but an American label.
Just do it now.
Well, I mean, you can just fucking watch YouTube and with your headphones.
Oh yeah, of course. I
Mate,
forgot about that.
frankly,
Oh, yeah, it's just
YouTube's
put
not
your
just
VR.
video; it's audio as well.
Turn your screen brightness down. Nice.
But it will be on in like 6 weeks.
Okay,
It will be on
cool.
Apple.
Why the
Music.
6 weeks?
Well, this is
take so
because
long?
the label's buying it, and then they have to do something. I don't know why.
Got to take out all the jokes.
They've
Make it sound like
they've
you
got
did
to
a
remove
really
the video by
serious
hand. I don't know what they're doing.
to go to the theatre and do that.
Yeah, but it will be out. Yeah, audio. But who? I mean, you know.
Yeah, I prefer
people listen to
audio.
Yeah, well, it's a podcast, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on YouTube for now, and it will be on other platforms
Okay.
as and when.
Excellent.
Find it,
Check
guys,
that
and
out.
watch it and like it and subscribe.
But also subscribe to my YouTube channel because actually with Vittorio we just finished making a show that's coming out in a couple of months.
Excellent.
It's very exciting.
Any spoilers?
I think it's going to be called Finn versus the Internet,
Nice.
and it's where I interview influencers and people who are big on social media that I've never heard of
Excellent.
and don't
Yes.
particularly want to.
And
Yeah, particularly care about them either.
What and how
Just be rude to them for an hour.
You
That's
being
pretty
rude
much
Yeah,
to
it's pretty much just me
We
being
filmed
rude.
it all?
rude.
being rude
Yeah.
to charlatans.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, we'll look out for that.
Sounds
as
good,
well.
man.
Do we need to plug anything? Oh, this is actually probably going to go out on today, Sunday.
Yeah.
My watch.
27th.
27th of February.
Tomorrow, so there's still a few hours left.
We've only got a very tiny amount of tickets
a
left.
live podcast. We've teamed up with Sean Walsh and Paul McCaffrey of What's Upset You Now
I'm doing that tomorrow.
to do so
Doing the
their
recordings,
podcast.
yeah.
It's a great podcast. But we're teaming up for one night only, a
Live.
live podcast.
Oh, that's going to be great.
21 Soho.
Are you guys doing stand up as well? Because that's a ridiculous lineup.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right,
We're
that-
probably not going to do stand up because I mean, it's ultimately we're all on stage talking. It's not
Yeah.
that different to stand, but like we're probably going to be doing two halves. One half is our podcast with them as guests, and the other one is their podcast with us and bringing things to moan about. So
Right.
it's basically just two halves of
That's
us
great.
all four having a laugh, and they'll be released in some capacity afterwards.
Great.
But yeah, there's still a bit of room. So if they grab them last tickets and come along, that's it.
Come
Thanks
along,
to our
guys.
patrons.
Thanks, patrons.
Um,
Loads of new ones.
You put up the Leicester, a little bit of our Leicester.
Our
live
Leicester show that we did live.
You only had to snip one bit where I think I.
Oh, 2 bits because I
Oh.
named someone
Oh, yeah.
in my life that I shouldn't have done. But yeah, so that is on our Patreon, the whole video.
Yeah. So good work, everyone.
So check that out.
Get on there. Thanks, Finn. for
£2 a
joining
month.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Extra stuff.
Yes. That's it. Thanks, Vittorio.
Bye bye.
Take it easy, everyone.
Bye,
Thanks for
everyone.
listening.
Thank you, Finn.
Or
Thanks,
watching.
mate.